Welcome back to the Ryoko Show. Today, I have a special guest, Alicia Paz. She's America's #1 freedom coach, founder of the peace movement, The Love Solution, with over 30-year experience learning and researching about mental health. I asked Alicia to come to the show because I'm originally from Japan, and in Japan, May tend to be a challenging month because university students, they start their first career in April. People who change career tend to start their new path in April. And because in May, we have long holidays and people tend to lose their energy, they tend to lose motivation, and they tend to go into this stagnation in May. So I thought that by having Alicia on the show, learning from her expertise, I can serve people in Japan to offer them solution that Alicia is excited to share with us. So I invited her to my show. Alicia, thank you so much for coming to the show today.
Thank you so much, Ryoko, for inviting me. I feel very honored to be a part of your podcast. And I also feel very honored to be able to serve Japanese people, which is a culture that I respect so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I have a message for you. Can I give you my message?
Sure. I smile from my heart. Ask me why. Why do you smile from your heart?
Thanks to you, I smile from my heart.
That is wonderful. Alicia, so tell me, being thankful, so this gratitude, how does that related to depression and suicidal? So today's topic, we are going to talk about this sensitive topic. However, the good news is that, like I mentioned, Alicia has expertise and she can offer us practical solution to cope with. So Alicia, going back to the question, why does gratitude have anything to do with this?
Thank you so much for asking that, Ryoko. As you know, depression has two very important components.
Mhm.
One component is the emotional part,
Okay.
feeling depressed. The other component is the hormones related to emotions.
Mm.
So it works both ways. When a person feels depressed, the hormones of happiness go down, get decreased. And it works the other way as well. When the hormones are down, then that causes depression.
Yeah.
Therefore, whichever happens first, create a cycle. Depression, hormones go down, that causes more depression, and it's like a cycle that never ends.
Okay.
Therefore, the solution also works both ways, and that's the great news. By promoting actions that increase the hormones that are the opposite of depression, which are the hormones of happiness, of joy, then these hormones create a better emotion.
Wow.
And by practicing the emotion that is a positive emotion, that is a building emotion, that is an optimistic emotion, that also helps in raising the hormones.
Mhm.
And research shows that the emotion of gratefulness, of thankfulness, the emotion of thankfulness raises the hormones of happiness, of joy. Therefore, by us practicing thankfulness, we build ourselves the hormones of joy, the hormones of happiness. And by building these hormones of happiness, of joy, then we also feel better and better and better. So this is a very interesting balance between emotions and hormones, and they both have an impact, consequence on the physical part. So our health in general improves when we practice thankfulness and when we let ourselves have the emotions of thankfulness that raises our hormones of joy and happiness.
Wow, that is so amazing. I know that some people practice gratitude to be in the present moment, but I have never heard of this method using the gratitude to help prevent depression and
Mhm.
depression. That is wonderful. That's not hard practice. It's do you have any tip?
Yes, yes, absolutely. And I used to have chronic depression. I've
Mhm,
had mental health challenges that
mhm,
I share in my YouTube channel.
mhm,
And I noticed that in my own life, because when this cycle starts and I let that go, it was always depression. These hormones were low, so I
mhm.
felt more depressed. So it was a never ending story.
Exactly.
So I learned that I could stop this cycle
You need to
by
break. Mm,
exactly by consciously paying attention to my thoughts,
mm,
by consciously being aware, raising awareness of what my emotions are.
mm,
So I can stop the cycle by consciously thinking about what I learned that is the healthiest for
mhm,
me.
mm.
And the practice of gratitude, as we're learning, helps me feel better and better and better. So that's why now I choose to be grateful every single time.
Wow, that's what I meant by it's not difficult. It's not like some technical method that you need to learn. Gratitude is simple technique that everybody can use.
Absolutely. And it is very important.
Mhm,
It's a simple technique. However, it's
mhm.
very powerful. And
Yeah.
especially with the kind of exercise that I'm going to share with you guys today. It's
Mhm,
very, very powerful because it gets right to the bottom of where all the problems start,
mhm.
both in our brain and later on in our body as an expression of what our brain is having.
Wow. Okay. I'm so curious to learn.
Well, this is the exercise. This is an exercise that you can find on my social media
Mhm,
as a practice of gratitude, as a practice of thankfulness, as I just did with you with this t-shirt
mhm.
that says, thanks to you, I smile from my heart.
Yeah.
I find every single day at least three people
Mhm.
to feel thankful for. How
Okay.
many? One, two, three. Three
Mhm.
people. And to each of these three people, I grant them an award. And this award that I grant them is a
Mhm.
gold medal.
Oh,
Yes, a gold medal. And you say,
wow.
oh my goodness, how am I going to give a gold medal to someone? I
Yeah.
give you that gold medal.
Oh, wow. Look at
So
that.
this award, you can see here the award says, award, thanks to you,
Mhm.
I smile from my heart.
Wow,
So you
beautiful.
can find you can find these gold medals in our
Mhm.
social media. You
Wow.
can download this gold medal.
Mhm.
You can connect with us via WhatsApp also if you want, and we'll be happy to send you this gold medal. And
Wow.
the invitation is give this gold medal to three people or more every single day. And
Wow.
when you give them the gold medal, you tell them, thanks to you, I smile from my heart.
Wow, Alicia, this is amazing because so we need to find three people to give this gold medal. That puts us into action and we are moving our body instead of just staying at home and so it had, that one simple gold medal had so many benefits. Connection
Absolutely.
get us into motion and feeling this gratitude.
Yes, yes. And they connect us with the gratitude. And this is very deep because and this is a very important difference to make.
Mhm.
It's not about smiling here.
Uh-huh.
It's about feeling gratefulness. When I feel gratefulness, what smiles is my heart, not my face, it's my heart. And when I smile from my heart, a person who feels I smile from my heart, that person doesn't die by suicide. And a person who feels I smile from my heart, that person does not murder. A person who feels I smile from my heart does not rape. A person who feels I smile from my heart does not drive under the influence of alcohol, substances, or negative emotions.
That is so true.
And guess what? Suicide, murder, rape, most people, at least 30% of people who are raped commit suicide or at least attempt suicide. So by preventing suicide, homicide, rapes, and driving under the influence of alcohol, substances, or negative emotions, we're basically avoiding the 10 leading causes of death all over the world.
Wow. Wow.
So practicing kindness, practicing gratefulness is very powerful. One
Very
smile at a time.
Wow. And Alicia, do we have to find 3 different people, or can we give the gold medal to the same people every day? Or do you
It's up to you. The invitation, because it works better, the more you practice and the more variety you find yourself, the better. So
Yeah.
if every single day you practice with 3 different people, you will feel how this gratefulness is building up in you. And part of the great news is that by practicing gratefulness, by giving this gold medal to people, everyone wins.
Yeah.
Gratefulness is a practice where everyone wins.
Yeah.
I win because I feel the smile in my heart. The person I'm giving the gold medal wins because they are finding their smile in their heart. And when they walk away from us, they're carrying that smile in their hearts with them.
Yeah.
So they will connect with someone else and they
Yeah.
will help this next person to find their smile in their hearts. So we are building a chain of success.
Nice. It's a really ripple effect. I learned that when we do gratitude, you you find 3 different things every day to be grateful for. This is why I asked the question. So when you try to find gratitude, something to be grateful for every day, 3 different things, then your brain is trying to search like what's good. So your focus goes to something you are grateful for. So where your focus goes, your energy goes. Like Bob Proctor and other leaders say that our where we put our attention is really important. So when you say that find 3 people to be grateful for, again you're teaching your brain that I need to find something to be grateful for, something positive, rather than staying home and feeling low in energy.
Absolutely. And thank you also for mentioning that, because part of the exercise of the gold medal, what my experience has shown me is that most people immediately want to wear their gold medal. So they put them by their hearts. So
Wow.
they become a messenger of good news, of great news, right? And what you're also mentioning about our brain, where our attention goes, our intention goes. I'll say that again. Where our attention goes, our intention goes. Meaning, maybe I have been taught or I have learned from the adults in my life to complain. And maybe I've been focusing on complaining. I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have that. By doing that, our brain is constantly only building the hormones of sadness. the hormones of depression. And I explained before that builds this hamster wheel.
Yes, the
Continuously, I feel more depressed, more hormones of depression. And unfortunately, if that is not treated, that ends in suicide.
Mm.
And that's why we want to stop that. Consciously, we learn how to raise our awareness on what my thoughts are. And by doing that, I can always, this is one of the principles of that I have discovered. I call these the principles of emotional freedom. One of the principles of emotional freedom is I am always free to choose my thoughts. Always, always. And this particular principle saved my life because I was suicidal. I even attempted suicide.
Mhm.
And when I had, as I shared, I had chronic depression.
Mhm.
So it seemed like I could not control my thoughts.
Mhm.
It seemed like I had a million thoughts at the same time, and I was always frozen by fear. So by learning and developing this practice of gratefulness, I learned how to focus with intention my attention on one thought at a time. I'll say that again. I learned how to focus with intention my attention on one thought at a time. And that one thought is gratefulness. So the more I practice gratefulness, the better I felt. So what happened in my particular case, I was isolated. Physically, I was isolated. Socially, I was isolated. So I felt I didn't have anyone I could find to be grateful with them,
Mhm.
right? So I learned to develop the practice of being grateful for me, for what I already have.
Wow.
So this was the thought process.
Mm.
I thought, I feel that my life has a lot of problems right now. I feel like my life could not be any worse. And this is another principle of emotional freedom. Is that a thought or a fact? So how will my life be if I did not have my right foot?
Mm.
My life will be worse. What will my life be if I didn't have my left foot?
Mhm.
My life will be even worse. So I started the practice of figuring out how my life be if I didn't have what I currently have right
Mhm.
here, right now. So instead of being complaining because I don't have that car that I want, I don't have that job, I don't have that home, I don't have that partner, I don't have that whatever, with intention, I focus my attention on being thankful for what I have. And for
Wow.
example, I developed the practice before opening my eyes to be grateful. I have my right foot, yay! And I have my left foot, yet. And I go all the way from my feet to my crown, being thankful for every single thing that I have right here, right now.
Wow, that is so powerful. That is also being in the present moment. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that changes your perspective. It's always easy to complain. I totally relate because I used to be in that situation where I was focusing on what I don't like and then complaining during the pandemic, feeling so anxious, feeling stuck. Then I learned that you need to be grateful for what you have now. Then I practice gratitude. But I never thought that gratitude can also help depression and eventually prevent suicide. This is amazing, Alicia.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And exactly because of that, because that isolation that we have had, and that's one of the causes of depression, feeling isolated, feeling lack of companionship, feeling lack of understanding, feeling lack of love.
Yeah, that's why I like this exercise that you have, because you need to give this gold medal to someone. So there is connection there.
Yes. And let me tell you something else. I always have the freedom to give this gold medal to myself.
Oh, I love
Yes.
it. That is amazing. I love it. Yeah, give it to yourself. Why not?
Yes, absolutely. Because again, that is also one of the reasons why
Yeah.
people feel so depressed, because there is a lack of acknowledgement.
Mm. Yeah.
So many times I feel that person should have told me, congratulations. That person should have talked to me this way instead of that way.
Yeah.
And we're so often focused on complaining about others.
Yeah.
And have you noticed how when we complain about others, this is what we do? We point our finger out there, and there are three fingers
Yeah.
that are
Thinking back.
addressed to me.
Mm.
I have always much more power on controlling things. I can always control my thoughts. Again, the trick, one thought at a time. And this is part of the peace formula that I will be happy to talk to you about in other episode.
Yes. Wow, Alicia, this was an eye-opening episode. I love it. And I like that idea of giving the gold medal. It's like a fun exercise. You bring the joy with that heart smiley. That gives you like lightness. I know that people who are feeling depressed, I was also feeling really, really anxious. So I can imagine like how hard it is, but having that image, because image creates this lightness and gives you hope with that heart. And like I said, because you need to give the gold medal to different people, you need to get out of your space and meet people and that human connection. And
Mm-hmm.
people smile, that will give you also joy. So I feel this exercise is gratitude, but also bring joy back to our life.
Absolutely. And again, we can always be grateful with ourselves as well, because every single instant we are alive, we are choosing life,
Yeah,
and we are worthy of acknowledgement.
yeah,
And we can raise our acknowledgement of ourselves. So instead of always being expecting someone else to congratulate us or to acknowledge us, we can build the habit of acknowledging ourselves.
yeah. Because
We can build the habit, we can build the habit of self-love
yeah,
and
that's
self-sufficiency. I acknowledge myself, so I give myself my gold medal every single day.
yeah, I like it. We need to acknowledge ourselves, love ourselves, because each and every one of us is special, and we are the only person who can give what we need. Don't you think?
Absolutely, absolutely. And this lack of self-sufficiency, this lack of self-love, is what usually tends to be the cause of we asking always to get someone else to validate us. And that's part of the practice that we teach at the Love Solution, how we can raise our own self-worth, how we can raise our own self-value, how we can raise our own ways to congratulate ourselves so we become our number one fan.
Yeah, that's why your title, freedom, that makes total sense. Freedom, emotional freedom, and also freedom from attachment to other people, that I need someone to acknowledge me. I need someone else to give me this, give me love. So that also gives you freedom, because you can give it to yourself anytime you want.
Absolutely. And that's again a practice
Yeah.
that we always have the opportunity to learn. We
Yeah.
always have the freedom to choose something that is healthier. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter how long we've been doing whatever we've been doing. I always have the freedom. Again, this is one of the principles of emotional freedom that I teach. I always have the freedom to choose my thoughts, one thought at a time. And I always have the freedom to choose healthier thoughts than whatever thoughts I have had up to this point.
Yeah, because you can't think two thoughts at the same time. So choose to think gratitude, appreciation, focus with intention. That is very powerful, Alicia. Do you have any other advice or something else you want to share?
Feel free to, thank you so much for asking that. Feel free to visit us on our social media, which is I Smile from My Heart, exactly as you see here. We are in Facebook at I Smile from My Heart. We are in YouTube at I Smile from My Heart. You have free meditations in English and Spanish to practice gratefulness. And you can find us in Facebook and in Instagram. You'll get free gold medals that you can share with whoever you want. In Instagram, we are currently at I Smile from My Heart 111. And please practice this gratefulness exercise only for 30 days, 30 days only, and share with us your journey to freedom. You
Yeah.
will find amazing things happening in your life because the more we practice gratefulness, the more reasons to be grateful for we find every single day.
Yeah, that amplifies. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, thank you so much. So I will put your websites and then Facebook, Instagram, YouTube link to in my show. So please connect with Alicia, learn this practical technique, and also spread the joy and spread this gratefulness. And I think more and more people practice gratitude, self-love, then like you said, we can bring people who are dealing with depression and having suicidal thought, we can bring those people back to this circle of gratitude and joy. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for your time. And I look forward to our conversation next time. And please come back and share more story and your expertise. And I really want to serve people who need this. Your work is so important.
Thank you so much. And this is why, again, the practice of gratitude, the
Yeah.
practice of gratefulness is part of the Love Solution. And you can find us at thelovesolution.com.
Yeah, thank you so much, Alicia. Thank you so much for joining today. I hope you got a lot of insights from Alicia. And if you like this episode, please review, rate, and subscribe. And also make sure to go to her website. Alicia has so much wisdom in her website. So I'll see you next week and keep shining.
And you remember, thanks to you, I smile from my heart.
Thank you, Alicia. Bye.